Turn the lights on.
What up, what up, what up, double M's? It's your girl, Mandy. How y'all doing today? You know, your girl just had to make a video for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So we can, let's talk. You know what I'm talking about? Let's talk. Anyways, I wanted to make this video just to talk about, you know, differences and how they can make us, you know, dislike each other. They could bring us closer together, or they can cause relationship strain at times. And when I speak about differences, I'm going to be talking about marital differences. Me, on the other hand, I'm quick. I like things pretty fast. I'm a little impatient. And sometimes that can come off as rude. It can come off as condescending. It can even come off as if I don't care about my husband in the marriage at times. And that's truly not what my intent is, but it can come off that way because I am the way I am. Not saying that because you are a certain way you can't change, because we all could use some change here and there in our life. My husband, on the other hand, is very patient, takes his time doing things. And I'm going to go ahead and say this too. Because he takes his time doing things, he tends to do things right. Even when he cooks food, he makes the food look very beautiful on the plate. He's going to have the garnish there. He makes everything look nice. He takes his time. Not saying that I don't when I cook too, but I'm a little bit, I don't want to get it done, get it in, get it done. It's going to still taste good, but I'm quick. And I think that I need to work on being more patient, being more of a listener, more slow to anger, if you may understand where I'm coming from, and just be more of an encouragement to the king that God has put in my life. Because I can see it in the comments sometimes. You people say, oh, why does he talk that way? Why does he seem like he's talking slower? He's reading from a script. He's doing this, he's doing that. Let me tell you something. My husband is very intelligent, very smart man. He takes his time. And everybody processes things differently. And we all know that women and men process information very different. And my husband, a lot of times, when he gets excited about talking about a particular topic or subject, he tends to like, oh my God, like he gets excited. He'll have 1,000 thoughts going on in his head. And he's trying to talk to you and tell you what he's talking about in the moment. And then he's also thinking about the next thing he wants to say. And that's all going on at the same time. So it may come off a little different, but I want to say this about differences. Differences does not mean dumb. It does not mean stupid. It does not mean you're not intelligent. It does not mean that you have a better education than somebody else who sounds country, who has an accent, who processes information different from you. It doesn't mean any of that. Some people are overweight. Some people are small. Some people are in the middle. Some people, like I said, have anger issues. Some people are real relaxed. They real relaxed. They real relaxed. And sometimes you'll never see the things they do because they're so relaxed. It's just different. It's different strokes for different folks. But it doesn't mean that it makes me any less of a human being, any less loved, any less needed in this world than you. And I think sometimes we get it twisted. We hurt people so bad because we don't understand them, because we're not like them. And our differences is what make us unique. It's what brings us ultimately together. You know, we don't all have to be the same. We don't all have to talk the same. We don't all have to have the same worldview. But if we respect each other, love each other, I mean, there is so much more we can accomplish when we do that. And I'm not talking about people that you have to cut off because you know they're not good for you, because there are some people that they're just not good for you in this world. And regardless of who they're good for, if they're not good for you, you have to cut them off and keep it moving. And regardless of who tries to reason with you and tell you why you should give it a chance or why you should forgive, all those kind of things, even when I forgive, I still don't have to deal with you. That is my choice. My life will still go on. I will continue to be blessed. I just will love you from a distance. And there are people in your life that you have to treat like that. But what I'm talking about here today is treating somebody unkind, being selfish towards someone, or your marriage, your spouse, your significant other, whatever the situation may be that you're in, treating them a certain type of way because you feel that, oh, they're slow, oh, they're this, they're that. That's not right. That's not right. Because you have feelings, they have feelings, and like I said, our differences is what make us unique and what ultimately brings us together. When I met Keyz, I knew off the bat that he was different from me. Just like in ways like he was quiet, more observant than I, patient. He had all the qualities that I didn't possess. And the qualities that he didn't possess that I possess is what made us the team we are today. My husband is not computer savvy. He's not into electronics like that. But that's okay. He doesn't need to be. I know enough to get us where we need to be at. And if we need to know more, we'll hire somebody to train us and show us. I mean, it is what it is. But, he's into working out. He's into health and taking care of himself. Because those are the things that's going to help us last on this earth a little bit longer than knowing how to basically work a piece of equipment or knowing how... knowing how to edit a video. That's important too, but it's not the most important thing. So my thing is, in a marriage and in a relationship, you have to really sit down and make sure that the most important things are what you guys are attending to. And that you're not allowing your differences or the fact that I know how to work a computer make me feel smarter than him. Oh, all you want to do is work out, but you can't edit a video. You can't have that kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You really, really, really have to respect each other's differences and learn how to love and cope with each other through that. Because it can be difficult sometimes. Like today we almost got in an argument because he went back in the house, and I know he went back in the house to get the car keys. So I'm standing outside the front door. And I'm like, dang, what's taking him so long? What did he go get the car keys? Well, he took his shoes off to go back in the room to get the car keys, put his shoes back on, and he was tying the shoes up and opened the door. And I was like, well, dang, I thought the keys were sitting right there. And it was almost like an argument for nothing because I was getting impatient because I felt like he should have been ready to let's go. Let's go. And then my attitude made him feel some type of way. So then he didn't want to go to the store anymore. Then we're going back and forth with that. And it could be really, really petty. And all I'm saying is that in your marriage and your relationship, you really, really, really have to make sure that you're not allowing what makes you different make the relationship different. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to stay somewhere leveled and grounded. Like, babe, let's hit the reset button. That wasn't right. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have said that. Let's restart. Let's restart. I'm sorry. And I'm still, like I said, I'm a work in progress. And people gonna always be saying, oh, you keep saying it, you keep saying it. But I'm gonna always and forever be a work in progress. Because every day that the good Lord wakes me up to see another day, I am working on being a better me. I'm working on changes that can make me better as a person, as a wife, as a friend, as a sister. Those things are important to me. So even when someone, like I said, doesn't have the same worldview as you all the way, doesn't agree with everything you do, or doesn't want to do it always the same way you do things, it's okay. Me and Keyz do not do everything the same way in the home. He'll tell you, I'm a little bit more cleaner than him. Not that he's dirty, but certain things don't bother him. Like, he might put a plate on the counter. It might bother me. It needs to be washed right away, put in the, to dry and put away. That's me. I don't like dishes in the sink, for no period of time. But, we learn how to manage and cope with those things together as we grow together. Okay, I know she doesn't like that, so let me make sure I wash the dishes up. And Keyz will do that. He'll wash the dishes up, make sure the sink is cleaned out, and then I'm happy. The same with me. He doesn't like when I leave my hair care products on the counter. So hey, I'll go and clean the bathroom up, put my hair care products back in the cabinet, in the drawers and everything in the bathroom, and we're good. But that's what I'm saying. What makes you different doesn't have to be an obstacle that you have to keep on fighting in your marriage. It's called compromise, understanding that, hey, we may be different in this way, but we're also still the same because we're one. and we're working together to be more of one. And I think people get that confused sometimes, that because you're married, oh, you're supposed to be one. Just because you got married doesn't make you one. Yes, biblically, the Bible speaks of you becoming now one, but you're constantly working on being one at all times. You're constantly in progression to that. You are, because like I said, you're two different people. You're two different people. You know, you do have the same goal as far as loving each other and wanting to stay in the marriage, I hope. But it doesn't always work that way when you're different, when you have your differences and you allow those differences to become big problems. That's why it's so important to me to always, you know, talk to my husband about the things that may bother him that I do, or vice versa, and to go ahead and make sure that we say, okay, these are things we need to definitely work on, and we need to be seeing progress in each other on these things. It's important. It's just important. You can't really get around it. And I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit, because I feel like people don't respect you when you're different from them. They tend to get attitudes and dislike you, and, you know, treat you a certain way because, you know, you're like this or you're like that. And I mean, come on. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way in a relationship. It doesn't have to be that way in a friendship, in an acquaintance, in a coworker relationship, any of that. It does not have to be that way. I can respect the fact that you're different from me. I can respect the fact that your mannerism may be different from mine. I like to carry myself like a lady with a little bit of class, you know, wherever I'm going or whatever I'm doing. Some people, they may not be as, you know, mindful of those things, of how they conduct themselves around strangers or other people. They may go up to some strangers and hug them and just be, oh, how you doing? Oh my God, I love you, da da da. You look so beautiful today. You know, some people are social butterflies in that way. Me, I'm not. I'm more of an introvert. I have to get to know you before I can just start letting you in my personal space. But that's to each his own. And I'm not saying that somebody who does allow people in their personal space is wrong for doing so. It's not. We're just different. And it's okay. And we just have to respect each other for our differences and love on each other as much as possible. So Double M's, I'm not going to hold you guys up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, share the video, share the videos. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Bing! So you can be notified of all the videos we're posting right here on Muscle and Marriage. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Double M Kingdom. Come on in. Welcome to the kingdom. We love you and we support you. And make sure you check out our Epic Empire family. Their links will be in the description box below.